Hello everybody, welcome to another true review. Today I'm bringing you A.I.P.D, which stands for the Artificial Intelligence Police Department on the Xbox One. It's a top-down twin-stick shooter in the classic neon light graphic style, like Geometry Wars, games such as that. And it's got all the hallmarks of a traditional twin-stick shooter, which we tend to get an awful lot of nowadays, where you have to advance through the levels by wiping out all the enemies as quickly as you can. You're enclosed in an arena which never changes throughout the game, and you have to take down a varying and different amount of enemies which get progressively harder over the game's 15 levels, which accumulate in a boss battle. Now what happens is, after each wave that you clear, you get presented with two challenges, and you have to pick one of them. What they basically act as is difficulty modifiers, so you can tailor the difficulty based on these two choices. Like, it may be enemies have extra shields, enemies have bigger range, they move faster, for example. The weapon drop transports may have fighter escorts with them, or shields, move faster. There's an awful lot of combinations to this, and it is random each time that you play the game, which is good. There's your usual weapon unlocks that you find. You unlock further weapons and further special weapons and ship types by scoring points. It's a cumulative score over your many runs of the game, so you don't have to get them all in one run, thankfully, to unlock the weapons. And these weapons range from general, like normal shooting guns, miniguns, kind of like that, to lasers, to howitzers, to ones that lock onto the enemies. The ships themselves, the ships generally look the same, but they have different traits. Like, one may have more shields, one may have a longer cooldown on the weapon, because you can't continuously fire in this game. Because if you do continuously fire, it launches a cooldown mine, like you have to jettison a pod or something, and that pod can actually kill you. So you are really got to try and not overheat your weapons, because there's enough going on the screen as it is without you adding to it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You have really got your one standard mode where you play the game from scratch and have to choose the challenges. In terms of modes, there is technically other modes, but they are pretty much the same. The other modes are just generally the same game, but you start off with a certain type of modifiers all activated. Like, you can choose to maybe have all the modifiers activated that enhance the enemy's firepower, or enhance the enemy's speed, for example. And there's loads of different options with this that you can choose to tailor the game to your own requirements. There is also a fully customizable option as well, where you're presented with all the modifiers and you can turn which ones on and off that you want to have. So there's quite a lot of customization there to tailor the game, but it is generally the same core game and same core mode over and over again. There's not really any aspect to have a different mode, like a time attack or a score attack mode, or anything such as that. The game is multiplayer as well, allowing up to 4 players simultaneously on the screen. Haven't really been able to test that as such to any great length, but it is obviously a nice option to have, and does obviously make the game a little bit more fun. Other than that though, there's nothing really original in this game to make it stand out from the crowd. The only innovation I can really think of is the cooldown mechanic of the weapon, where if it overheats it jettisons a cooldown mine. Other than that, the gameplay is what you'll find generally in many other shooters out there, which are very, very similar. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it's still a good game. It's just paint by numbers, in my opinion. Graphically, it's the classic neon style. It's kind of overlaid with a kind of hexagonal mesh. The general level shape is a hexagonal arena as well. And it's just your typical general neon graphic style shoot 'em up, really. Some of the enemies they're very nondescript as well. I'm sure they are unique and individual to this game, but there's not enough difference between them. It got into my mind that, I've seen that kind of enemy before in another game. It's just nothing really stands out with this game to make it like a unique, definite purchase. But if you certainly like this genre of game, this is definitely a good one to have. There's nothing wrong with it. It plays well, the music's cracking, the difficulty is probably about spot on there, and the difficulty levels to cater for, different amounts of skill there. So it's a decent enough shooter. It just doesn't stand out from the crowd at all. No idea on pricing at the moment, unfortunately, so I can't comment if in terms of value for money. Achievement wise, you will unlock the majority of the achievements just by naturally playing. There is a few that you have to engineer situations to actually get, like survive without your weapon overheating, and there is also one for completing the game on the hardest difficult level, which I've not managed to do at this point because the hardest difficult level is very tricky indeed. But overall, I'm going to give AIPD a 6 out of 10. It's average at best. Like I say, just doesn't stand out from the crowd enough for me, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's still a good game and a worthwhile purchase if the price is set at a decent standard. So I hope you enjoyed that review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and if you do want to follow me on my various social media pages, it does really help me build the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next review.
Power through these old city streets. I'll be